So, as states and localities across the country are preparing to get back to business as usual, the question that comes to mind, when do I get to reopen my business? Well, at least here in the state of Indiana, the answer is it's complicated. So let's dive a little deeper and talk about the reopening plan for your business. All right, so this past Friday, Governor Eric Holcomb released what we've all been waiting for, his back on track plan for the state of Indiana. And businesses were obviously excited because we have an idea now of when we're able to get back to business and start to operate for the public in general. But it's confusing, especially in 3 counties here in Indiana, specifically Lake County, Cass County, and where I reside, Marion County, the most populous in the state, because there are different dates for different businesses and different geographic areas within the state. So there's some confusion going around, especially here in Marion County, about when do I get to open? Like when is the actual opening day for my business? So let's break this down a little bit more succinctly. Stage 2, which is the phase that we are now entering in some cases and will be entering in most cases within the next couple of weeks, is the reopening phase that most people are looking to right now. And stage 2 officially beginning on May 4th, this past Monday. But it didn't begin on that day for everybody. It began for 89 of the 92 counties here in the state of Indiana. The 3 exceptions, as I mentioned before, are Lake, Cass, and Marion. Those 3 counties have a different starting date for stage 2. Lake County and Marion County officially begin phase 2 on May 11th, and stage 2 for Cass County begins on May 18th. Why does that matter? Well, here's where it comes into play, specifically for Marion County, because the state's plan does not override what local governments put into place. So Mayor Hogsett here in Marion County had said that he was extending the stay-at-home order for Marion County only through May 15th. And the important word there is through. It's through May 15th. So everyone was eyeing at that point that Marion County businesses, we would be delayed somewhat because of, stage 2 beginning on May 4th, and restaurants within stage 2 could begin reopening at limited capacity on May 11th. But the county was saying through May 15th we're going to be closed, so that would mean an opening date of May 16th. That is not the case, and that is an important distinction that we need to make, and it's also a point of confusion that is throwing a lot of people off. The way that the governor's order was specifically written, it says that restaurants and bars that serve food, and we'll come back to that phrase here in a second, but restaurants and bars that serve food may open at 50% capacity with operational limitations a week after the begin of stage 2. It sounds simple enough, but the devil is in the details, as with many things, and words here matter. So because restaurants and bars that serve food may open 1 week after the start of stage 2, because the governor's order specifically states that stage 2 may begin on May 11th for Lake and Marion counties, that means that restaurants and bars that serve food, along with some other businesses that were spelled out, spas, beauty salons, personal services businesses, essentially, those businesses are not able to reopen until Monday, May 18th, 1 week after the start of stage 2 for those 2 specific counties. For Cass County, it's even longer because they don't begin stage 2 until May 18th. They cannot reopen those specific businesses at limited capacity and restrictions until May 25th. So, especially here in Marion County, it's important to remember that it's 1 week after your locality enters stage 2, that restaurants, bars that serve food, personal services, and a few other businesses as spelled out in the Back on Track roadmap, that's when they can reopen. So a very important distinction. For most of the state, restaurants and bars that serve food may reopen beginning on May 11th. For Lake and Marion counties, it's not until May 18th. And then for Cass County, May 25th. So make sure that you're eyeing the correct date. Some people were thinking that it would be May 15th or May 16th here in Marion County because of the way that Mayor Hogsett's order was written. That is not true. May 18th is the first date that restaurants and bars that serve food may reopen to the public. Another important thing that we're still looking out for more information on this, but there's a very big question there over the phrase bars that serve food, because bars and nightclubs are specifically called out as not being able to reopen at all in any capacity until June 14th. So what is the difference between a bar and a bar that serves food? The Indiana Restaurant and Lodging Association is working on this right now. We're trying to get more clarity from the state of Indiana as far as what that really means. But basically, if you have a family seating area, if you have the ability for people to sit down and eat from a food menu, whether you're a bar or a restaurant, you're technically a bar that serves food. So your bar top must be closed. You're not going to have anyone sitting at your bar top. And there's a couple of interesting, conundrums that can come up from that. We'll get to those here in a moment. But your bar tables are a question mark. I would keep your entire bar areas closed at this point until we get further clarification. So if you have a high top table in a bar area, I would not have those open to the public. Another important distinction, standing and, essentially having a standing room only bar area or cocktail service or things like that, those areas would also be closed. You need to keep the focus on seated service. So people sitting at tables and chairs and focusing on service there. They don't have to order food. As long as you have a food menu open and available, if someone's sitting there and all they order is a drink, it's not like you're violating some sort of statute, but it does need to be focusing on table service dining. That's the basis of what they're looking at with a bar that serves food. Again, there's a lot of confusion there. We're trying to get some more clarity through the INRLA, but at this point, you need to focus on dining room service only. We'll have more information on that as it becomes available. But again, focus on the dates. Put your plans together for the date in your locality when you're going to be able to reopen. Marion County, again, where I live, that's May 18th, not the 15th, not the 16th. Lake County, you're also on the 18th. Cass County, you're looking at the 25th. Put your plans together now. Hope is not a business plan. You need to put together your plans on how you're going to take care of business, how you're going to protect your employees, how you're going to protect your customers, and you need to have those plans in place and posted publicly for both your customers, your guests, and your employees. You need to have those ready to go before you open. If you need help with that, let me know. I'm happy to give you some more information. That's what we've got for now. This is Matthew Kennedy with Honing Steel. Renew your edge. Make sure you're ready to go on your opening date, and we will see you very, very soon.